my name is LarochelleG, and I will be presenting this presentation to the director of the Hooksett Library, Heather Rainier, and also to the marketing team at the Hooksett Library. The Hooksett Library is located in Hooksett, New Hampshire, a suburban town with a population of roughly 14,000. The location of the library is an interesting one. It is placed up high on a hill and used to be part of a women's college, as well as the building next to it that is now turned into condominiums. Behind the Hooksett Library, there are also a few large housing developments, so the library is walkable for a good portion of the community. However, the Hooksett Library is also close to a very busy road, so it is not walkable by all of the community. It is more of a destination library. It's also known as the community center in town, which is wonderful. There's lots of meeting room space. It's part of a large consortium, which is very fortunate. The staff at the Hooksett Library include 13 employees. The full-time employees include the director, the assistant director, the head of patron services, the information technology specialist, the cataloger, and the youth services librarian. At circulation, there are also 5 part-time assistants, and in the youth services department, there are 2 part-time assistants. The marketing team is made up of the assistant director, the cataloger, the youth services librarian, the information technology specialist, and several part-time staff also do help out with some of the marketing. The mission statement of the library is as follows. The Hooksett Public Library is a community resource center providing quality, high-demand materials, programs, information, and technology. The vision statement is to be the first place that people think of for their needs. The Hooksett Library is a Family Place Library, which is a national certification of libraries that focus closely on families in their community. Young children and tweens and teens and parents are all served well by the Youth Services Department, and seniors also meet at the library every Friday. The group, the Hooksettites, is a senior group that meets downstairs in the meeting room space provided by the Hooksett Library and has been meeting there for many years. The total housing units in town are roughly 5,000. And of those, about 4,000 are single-family homes. So there's a big group of families in town that we serve. Segmentation for this marketing plan breaks down into families, seniors, millennials, and also students, specifically from the local university, Southern New Hampshire University. Southern New Hampshire University is right on the line of Hooksett and Manchester, and so many students from Southern New Hampshire University utilize the library. Mainly the education department visits the library, gets a tour of the youth services department as they are mostly focused on education for youth, and they all obtain library cards and utilize the youth services department extensively. The goals of this marketing plan include targeting adults aged 20 to 54 to attend programs and obtain a library card. How we'll be doing this is advertising in town, at restaurants, through word of mouth, at the Southern New Hampshire University, in apartment complexes to target those millennials, visiting Southern New Hampshire University to visit fairs or festivals they might have on campus. We'll also be targeting families through daycares, through preschools, also targeting more senior citizens and middle-aged business owners via the Chamber of Commerce. Another goal includes increasing awareness about the library involvement in the community. Again, we'll be doing this through flyers, through social media, through brochures, in-person outreach to Chamber of Commerce meetings, and overall targeting places where people pay, pray, and play. So grocery stores, places of worship in town, cowabungas, which is an indoor bounce house that is very popular in town, as well as public parks. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in Hooksett at the Hooksett Library are numerous. Strengths include an abundance of attendees at the morning youth programs. The library is very well loved by the community and by surrounding communities as well, since we are part of a consortium. Many patrons come from outside of the Hooksett Library, but within the consortium. There's also a strong staff who are adaptable, poised, and extremely courteous to anybody who comes in the door. They're helpful, they give a smile, and they say hello to absolutely everybody who walks in. There's also great space for programs at the Hooksett Public Library. Meeting room space is phenomenal. There are large rooms to meet in, there are small rooms to meet in. The rooms are equipped with projectors and large screens with HDMI cables, laptops should the meeting room folks need them. Another strength is the wonderful promotional material of the giant electronic sign by the busy road that promotes programming. Some weaknesses of the library include a small staff. 13 is fairly small. The very small budget. New Hampshire is interesting in the way that almost all of the money for the libraries come from the town or the city. So if you have a very small town or village, you probably have a very small library and might not be open as often as you'd like. The Hooksett Library is open 6 days a week, but it would be wonderful if it could be open for 7. Some other weaknesses include tensions with the town administration. Since it is a small town, everybody knows each other, including the director of the library and the town administrator, as well as other department heads. So since there is a small budget, there is only so much money to go around, and that can cause tensions. Another weakness of the library is that for most all of the patrons, it is not walkable. It must be driven to. It is a destination library. Some opportunities that the Hooksett Library has is the space to provide great programming for youth of all ages and for adults. The other opportunities that the staff, most of them live in town and they know the community very well. Some other opportunities are that those 20 to 34-year-olds need cheap ways to have fun and are looking for entertainment and are looking for new careers. And we have so many materials and programs that can fulfill all of those needs. So that's a big opportunity. Some threats to the library include the budget not passing, like this year. Some other threats are nearby towns that offer more by the way of entertainment. After-school activities take up a lot of time for parents and for children, so those late-night programs or evening programs aren't always able to be attended. Some other threats are entertainment in town. Those take up a lot of time, and so it's possible for those to be more interesting than the library in many ways and attractive to the patrons of the library. Some market research from nhes.nh.gov from 2016, there is a large portion of young folks aged 20 to 34 in town, and they need a place to go and entertainment and a place to practice job skills or learn job skills. There's also a really large population of ages 35 to 54, almost 4,000 people, and that section is a lot of parents. So those folks need a place to bring their children and to have fun and to do it cheaply. The unemployment rate is also fairly low at 2.4%. So a lot of people are working, and evening programming is very important for lots of people, as well as having late hours open so that those folks can come after work. For our marketing tactics, we'll be utilizing public relations, promotional action, and outreach. For public relations, we'll be interviewing key stakeholders on social media outlets to target those 20 to 54-year-olds that are using our social media. And we know through Facebook Insights and Instagram Insights that those are our folks who we are seeing, who are interested in our posts. So we need to promote those key stakeholders, saying why they're involved with the library and what's going on in the library. For promotional action, we'll be utilizing Canva, for which the Huxit Library has a nonprofit account. So for very little cost, for just the printing cost, we can create quick posters and flyers and brochures and post all of these where people pay, play, and pray. We can utilize Snapchat for the younger crowd. Those 18 to 25-year-olds are utilizing that. And for outreach, we can visit the Southern New Hampshire University campus for job fairs and events. We can offer internships to those 20-year-olds to try to get them in the library and try to connect their learning experience with utilizing the library. We'll also be utilizing Facebook ads to get those target demographics into the library. How will we persuade these potential customers? We will get them into the library by reaching out through places where people pay, play, and pray, by creating brochures and posters and flyers that we will mail to senior housing centers. We will post in restaurants, in places of worship, just distributing flyers and promotional materials through the schools is very helpful, through daycares and preschools, to get those parents interested in knowing what we have going on at the library. Once people are at the library, creating a friendly customer service environment with a smile, and just going above and beyond to reach those customers' needs is really the best thing we can do for persuading those customers to come back. The budget for the Huxit Library is low, and this is because the Huxit Library has a very small budget as it stands. So the budget reflects the size of the library and doing the most that is possible with a small amount of money. We'll be doing a lot of flyers and brochures. These estimated costs will be about $40 each for lots of printed brochures. This will come right out of the office supplies budget. Paid promotions on Facebook, including Facebook ads, will range from about $40 or so, and these will target the parents and grandparents within the community who are on Facebook. This funding source will come from the Friends of the Huxit Library, who help out with a variety of budgetary concerns, and also our main fundraisers for the Huxit Library. Thank you for viewing my presentation of the marketing plan for the Huxit Public Library.